Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. This is Kara the Motivator. I hope you guys have been doing good. I've also been great and I'm back with another lit video to inspire you, to keep you going and to remind you that you matter. Today's video is about you and yeah, I just want to remind you the power that you carry in you, that you cannot illuminate other people's lights when yours is dim. You can't give hope when you don't have hope. So yeah, that's what I'm about today. And I'll start by letting you know that in this life, everybody is as important as the other. It doesn't matter what you're doing right now. It doesn't matter who needs you right now or who doesn't. It doesn't matter what you're scaling up to, whether you're on the high or the low end. It doesn't matter. But what matters is what you have inside you. It's what you say to yourself and it's what you give to others. Many a times there are people who are so invested in giving and being generous and being there for people. I mean, like they're always there when everybody needs them, which is a very great thing. But then the problem comes in when they neglect themselves and put themselves last to put other people first. It's also a great thing to be selfless, but at the same time it is also dangerous not to be selfish at times, because you fail to realize that you can't give what you don't have. Like, I can't be seated here inspiring you when myself I'm demotivated. I have to get myself powered up so that I can come and share the energy with you. I have to get myself inspired. I have to take in positivity for me to give out positivity. I have to be care. I have to be a caring person for me to be caring to other people. I have to love myself first. I have to show love to the people around me for me to be a loving person. Okay, but you can't neglect yourself and put your needs last and expect to be good to people out there. In the end, it hurts you so much knowing that you laid your life down for people and then they didn't give you back what you gave to them, which is a natural occurrence of life that you're not supposed to blame on anyone, because it's not anyone's job to like you. It's not anyone's job to be there for you. Like, people do it because you matter to them. You're there for somebody because you know what that person means to you. You feel me? So before you go out there to light somebody else's candle, make sure that yours is burning bright. It is very helpful to put yourself first, very helpful for you to be full of life before you can give it to anybody else. Because the minute you put your vulnerability in that way outside there, you out to tear yourself, to get emotional damage, to feel like maybe you don't even matter and stuff like that. So what you need to do is to remember that you come first. Put yourself first at times. I know you really care about those people you've been laying yourself down to, those people you've been selfless about, those people who you think really matter to you the most. And of course they do. But at the same time, I need you to remember that you're not, they can't be feeling good if they are really genuine people with you. There is no way they're going to feel good at your expense. They're not going to be happy when you're hurting. They are also happy when you're happy with yourself first. I remember a certain guy in my neighborhood when I was in high school. He came and said that he used to sacrifice the most of what he had for his mom. He used to sacrifice his finances, his everything, and just spare it for the mother. But then the mother was not as happy as the guy intended him rather to be. And so one day he realized that the mother is only happy when the son is happy. That's the first thing that makes this woman happy. Not what the son does with the money, not what stuff he brings home for him, for her rather. And that changed his perspective. And he began to realize that he really is an important person and that he should put his needs first before he puts the needs of other people. That's the analogy of having a dim candle and you've gone out there in the dark to light people's candles. You're going to burn out. You're going to feel like you have put yourself in a test that you can't even cope with, because you don't have the power that is required to lead all those people's candles. For you to be of use to such people, you need to have light yourself. You need to have carried more than you need for yourself. You have to have enough for yourself first so that you can have enough for other people. Yeah, so many times we have these people who maybe you lost a parent when you were young, and maybe your elder sibling took on the responsibility of parenthood and stuff like that, which is a great thing. But at the same time, it's dangerous when you this adult has laid their life down for the siblings, sacrificed everything they could have enjoyed in life just for them, and then later on in life these people don't even act thankful. They don't even act as if that was a special sacrifice that this sibling of theirs took. They act as if that is that person's responsibility and they had to do it, you know. But such things can't be fought by anybody. They're left to nature to have its own way of dealing with them. But what about putting yourself first at times? You know, you're going to be there for everybody. Maybe that's your responsibility, or maybe that's something about you that you can't even change. But at the same time, I want to remind you that you don't have to neglect yourself just to please other people. You know, the reason why you feel so discouraged and so disappointed after people have gone out of their way once you helped them is because in this life, what you give out doesn't always have to be brought back. Even if we say that you have to treat people the way you want them to treat you back, don't expect so much from people. You know, people will disappoint you, and you get a moment where you feel like you've reached a point now you will never do anything for everybody but for yourself, and that is not a good thing. At the same time, you're going to be too selfish again. So avoid too much of either way. Avoid too much of being selfish and avoid too much of being selfless. You know, look into yourself, work on yourself, keep becoming better. And when you know the joy or the beauty of working on yourself before you can work on somebody else is that this person sees some inspiration in you. You help this person to grow. You give them a reason to believe even when they have not believed. And it also gives you joy knowing that you're helping somebody. You know, you don't feel like they're taking away what you already have. You feel me? Because when you've not filled yourself up, you'll always feel like you're giving too much and somebody is using you for their own benefit and for their own growth, which is not the case. So can you ask yourself what really matters to you? What do you want out of this life? What do you wish somebody could be doing for you in your life? And those people, like some people struggle relationship wise. You have somebody you're dating and you expect them to be something for you in a particular way, but then you forget that if you're not that for yourself, you can't expect it from anybody else. You want to be loved more than you loved yourself, it can never work. You have to strike a balance. That's the word. You have to balance what you give and what you receive, but you're not going to be in a place of deficit and keep giving because you're going to hurt in the end because you're going to run out of what you can offer. So look into yourself and realize what really matters to you. And are you giving too much? Are you working at a standard? And at the same time, ask yourself that. When you're about to make sacrifices, sacrificing your own happiness and all that for somebody else, can you ask yourself whether it's worth it? Okay, because sometimes you're going to lay your life down for people who will never lay theirs down for you, which is okay because this life, nature has a way of balancing things. One day in life you're going to get somebody who will also lay their life for you, and maybe you cannot even be in a position to give back because you're the one who's benefiting on this end, you're the one who's in need, and you're the one who is getting helped. So I'm not telling you that you should get tired in doing good, you should quit sacrificing and stuff like that, but I'm telling you to get an assurance for yourself, like, no, have a limit, you know, and be conscious when you're doing everything. Don't be a people pleaser. Be genuine in your generosity. Don't just do it for us to see you doing it. Don't just do it so that we can always remember, because human beings are the same. They will appreciate you one time and the other time they will get tired of helping you when it's now your turn to need them. okay, and just have your expectations managed before you sacrifice that career for somebody, before you sacrifice that relationship, that child, that whatever it is. You guys know what fits in your circumstance, and you've got to make the right choice. But sometimes we think that making the wrong choice is the right choice because we don't know what's even right for us. And that's why in the previous video we talked about identity. You've got to be so much secure in who you are, knowing what you want, knowing who you are out of this life, and just going for it, because the minute you put yourself out there without having security in who you really are, you're going to get damaged, and I don't know who you're going to blame. Honestly, you're going to blame yourself because you'll feel like, I always did this for people, but people never gave it back to me. So the secret is, fill yourself up first, and now extend the overflow, extend the blessings once you've already worked on yourself, and that way you'll always be feeling good. For example, you're a leader of a certain place, and you're doing so much. Leadership requires so much of an individual when you're serving the people. When you're leading those people, you're going to sacrifice some things, you're going to do so much for these people. But when you have worked on yourself and now you're giving from a place of abundance, or a place of having whatever it is that you have, not a place of lack, one day you're going to get to a place of honor, and looking back, you'll see that your successors succeeded. And that's the best thing about leading. And then you realize that the sacrifices that you did for these people paid off, but you'll not take the glory at the same time. You'll feel that these people really grew, and that is what was the right thing to do. So you invested in the right place, and you're happy knowing that these people grew and that you helped them to grow. But you don't post about it, you don't feel great about it. It just gives you some contentment knowing that you did the right thing, you were there for people, and you sacrificed for people, and it is helping them in their destinies, and it is helping them to grow years later or even months later. So make sure that your candle is burning bright before you go to light out other people's candles, because you're going to hurt. Make sure that you have, even the Bible says that you cannot go to correct a sinner when you yourself, you're not strong, your faith is not strong, because this person is most likely to pull you or to drag you into their luck. So fill yourself up first before you can go filling other people's cups. Don't take it too personal. Just go easy on yourself, and take time to take in this message. All the best. See you in the next video. Keep subscribing, keep sharing, keep growing, and let's keep transforming.